a weekend. You know what we do at the weekends. Roll the intro. This is well, it was location 1, but as you're about to see, location 1 is flooded. All those jetties that's in there, they're all still underwater, and where you'd park your cars is also underwater. So we're gonna have to move on and find somewhere else, because this place, I could park there, I guess, but it depends if that's a fucking swamp or not. Yeah. No. Nope. Let's find somewhere else. Location 1 is a bust.
A few moments later.
Welcome to location number 2. This is only just, well, as you can see, we're on a public marina. You're going to end up fishing here and getting tortured by humans. That and this jetty is as slippy as a motherfucker. Looks like location 2 is a bust. I'm not fishing beside cruisers. Boat people would test the patience of a saint. And it looks like there's guys across the far bank that have fished the ring. So, shit. Not sure where to go. I know I'm not fishing. Oop. I know I am not fishing here, that's for sure. Poo.
A few moments later.
Location 3 is a no-go either. The river's just tanking through and there's a guy sitting up there, so I'm not going to bother him.
A few moments later.
Another day, another pike fishing session. This is the 4th location for the morning. First 2 were very, very flooded. The other 2 had people on the match, well, one had match fishing guys on it. The other had a guy, I don't even know what he was fishing for. But I wasn't going to set up beside people and annoy them, so I'll come and find somewhere else. But before I do anything serious, Sometimes I do stuff serious. Anyway, before I do anything, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. And then I'll show you about where I'm fishing. I have 2 rods in at the minute. I'm going to put a third out into the bay that's on my left. But I need a cup of coffee first before I do anything. It's just broke dawn. Woohoo! I left home at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm fishing on the back of an island. We have a trench that's cut through for boats. And we also have some escapees from a local, I think it's local kind of secure unit, who are in swimming at the minute. They've swam around the island. Yes, you heard me right. In October, the end of October, these crazy people have went in to the water of Lough Erne and swam around the island. I can just see them coming back up again. I've no idea what possesses people to do such crazy things, but whatever tickles their pickle. I'm going to let this boil. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and a cigar, and I'll see you in a minute. Oh shit, I better run. Drop. But it's a good opportunity to show you what I'm going to do now. You take some krill pellets, those are just normal 4mm krill pellets. Make them into like a krill sausage with some PVA mesh. I use Nash PVA mesh, this is the 37mm stuff. And you just hook into the top of it with your trace and cast it out. So you have krill pellets melting and fizzing right beside where your bait is. Now I'm using a perch. That perch was pretty tore up, so I'm going to inject the perch with some salmon oil. Not an awful lot, about 5 mils, about that much, about 8 mils. And cast that out with the, well, cast this out with the perch injected with this stuff. Let's see how it works, shall we? Just trying to make something happen. Normally when I feed those pellets on the Erne for like bream or anything, the pike are all over me like a tramp on hot chips. So let's see if we can get the same reaction when we actually want the pike to turn up. One dropped run so far. Where we're fishing, the shore here, very weedy. On the cut of the island where the boats will cut through. You know, it's deep enough, but I've just noticed a cormorant that's sitting right on top of where I have that lamprey cast out. So I'm expecting to catch a cormorant. I don't know why we just don't allow those things to be put onto the general license so you can shoot them. The damage cormorants do to a fishery is unbelievable. Oh, Ridge Monkey mug. Brew was made at least 20 minutes ago. Still toasty warm. So how is your weekend going? While I have your attention, I'm going to address you people that are out there watching the videos, enjoying the videos, but haven't yet clicked the old subscribe button. As I'm recording this, I'm sitting at 899 subscribers. As I've said in previous videos, my aim is to get to over the 1,000 subscriber mark before Christmas. We're now in the last part of October, so that only leaves November and December and a little bit of October. So I need your help. If you haven't subscribed and you like the videos, then do me a solid and subscribe. If you're already subscribed to the channel and you have friends, associates, loved ones who enjoy angling and banter and swearing, I guess, then feel free to share the videos to them. Encourage them to subscribe. Not suggesting for any minute that you go out and you peer pressure these people. Do not use the thumb screws. But any help you can give me would be awesome. Thanks very much. Now back to the fishing. Well, back to drinking coffee, then fishing. I'm actually surprised how warm it is when you're out of the wind here. When you're standing in the wind it's bloody cold, but outside of the wind, in the shelter, it's actually quite warm. It's around 12 degrees at the minute. Well, according to the BBC weather app, it's around 12 degrees. We haven't quite had a winter frost yet. I don't think I've come out to the hadn't had to de-ice the van yet. Usually that's my general marker when I have to start de-icing the van, is when I start thinking more and more about doing longer sessions, finding a position and actually trying to get the silverfish in front of you, putting in some ground bait, putting in some, you know, dead maggots, some corn, and then waiting for the pike to turn up after the silverfish. Typically I would arrive on a Friday after work, get the bivvy set up, get the rod set up, get some bait in the water for the coarse fish. Remember, it's the winter time, so you don't need to put a lot of you know, freebies like pellets and stuff into it. Brown crumb with like a spice put through it is usually good enough to attract fish in the winter time. You could add a tin of chili hemp. That'll get the bream and the skimmers in. And you want this ball of bait sitting kind of where you are fishing. And you want to have your pike rods on the outside of your baited area. That's just how I fish long sessions. All I need now is a pike to show you. Finish this. See you later. Swapped out the bits. It's pretty clear that lamprey and pollen wasn't working. So now I have a nice mackerel and a roach. Something different. So when I have sea baits like mackerel or herring, I always stab their head, because the head's where all the blood and the juice and the fragrance. It's very aromatic. But by piercing the head, when the bait thaws out in the frost, all that blood, all that oil, all that smell is going to be in the water, drifting down. The wind's pushing that way, so well, the scent trail will go that way, and any fish that are below us should hopefully come up and have a go. One dropped run on the perch, dead bit. Apart from that, it has been slow. I had to rip about 20 yards of line off one of the reels. I must have been rubbing against some mussels or something down there, because I noticed when I was about to cast the bait out that there was some damage to the main line, which is important if you fish somewhere where there's zebra mussels. You always check your main lines before you cast, just to make sure that the line's not destroyed. Zebra mussels are they're no joke. I mean, I'm using a 20-pound monofilament here, and they're fit to nip through till the monofilament will break. I don't quite know how we would get rid of the zebra mussels on the Erne system. They basically came into the Erne system in the bilges of boats, cruisers. So when the Shannon Erne waterway was opened up, all the zebra mussels that were in the Shannon system got transferred to the Erne system. But you know, we got to get those tourism coins. Oh. That's on the perch. That's the perch with the wee bag of pellets that was put out with it. Of course, under lots of oil. It'd be nice to have something to show you guys, otherwise you're going to end up with a video looking at me. It's not so bad. I've only had one pair of crazy people actually jumped into the loch and went for a swim. I've had 3 sets of dog walkers, and to give the first set of dog walkers the credit, they picked up the shit. Oh, for fuck's sake, here we have a jet ski. Magical. How are you getting on?
Bad. And you good?
I've not had anything yet. Fishing for pike.
Much?
Not had anything.
Alright if I put the jet ski here. Really?
As long as you're jet skiing that way and not that way, I don't mind. I wouldn't be happy if you were going to jet ski down on top of where I was fishing.
Yeah,
you know.
I understand completely. But you alright? right?
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Right. All right.
Taking the piss. The whole fucking lake, and you're coming down here to throw a horse in. The only bit of the lake where I'm fishing. You're only. Oh, aye. Do you have any manners, do you?
Stop flapping your hands. Stop flapping your hands.
I'm getting off.
Stop flapping your hands. Okay. Hi, how are you? Let's get back up.
Magic. You come down to where you're fishing to throw a horse in. The whole lock, they come down here. Well, that's 3 runs, and I mean like super positive. Lines out, running, strike, nothing. I do not know what's going on here. There's no birds on the rods at all. There's cormorants over that way, but they're in like a pocket of fish. There's nothing where my rods is, unless the cormorants are diving from like there, swimming 100 meters, fucking with my bait, then swimming back 100 meters and popping up. Can a cormorant do that? The one bit that I did get back in that was very obviously marked, it was like there was like a perfect little semicircle kind of nipped where the backside of the bit was, but we're talking like an inch, little inch semicircle. So I don't know what's I don't know what's happening. And I've got the flying circus behind me. I had some guy doing loop-the-loops over the lock there. So there we go again. The drop arm's sitting about that far from the top of the rail. It'll drop down and it'll come back up again. It'll literally sit like that there and go back up. But there's no, I don't know what's happening. At least the people in the jet ski had fucked off. So, it's a weird day. I moved the rod from there to there because I seen a ball of fish come out the water, so something's obviously there in that bay that's hitting the fish. So I put fish out there, or put bait out there. These 2 rods are the ones that's getting all the runs. I don't know what's happening. It's been a weird day. We've had guys swimming in the loch, we've had jet ski wankers, we've had dog walkers. At least the dog walkers picked up the shit, although they had to be reminded, but at least they picked it up. Fishing in Lough Erne, if anything, it's not boring. I just don't have anything in the hook and cradle to show you. Shit. Back to those cormorants still there. No, the cormorants are still there. They're at the point of the island. It's a strange one. Well, that's a bit weird. The mackerel, real positive run. Took a load of line, struck, nothing there. I mean, I can see moorhens diving, but they're not going to be diving in the main trench where the boats go through. They're in the that bit at the side. Bait didn't have any teeth marks. Strange. It's confused me. Best I have a cigar and a cup of coffee to kind of have a think about this. It's got the old noggin a jogging. Well, it looks like that was a bit of a blank day. We had everything there, didn't we? We had swimmers, jet skis, and then some degenerate with a horse. I'm back at the house now. This week has been a difficult week for me personally. I got news on Thursday morning that one of my friends that I served with at RAF Aldergrove had lost his battle with cancer. I didn't know that this man was sick. I didn't know. I just got told that he'd passed away. He was a medic who on multiple occasions patched me up and got me back walking again. Easily one of the best human beings I've ever met in my time in the Royal Air Force. He leaves behind a wife and a family. I have no idea what they're going through. And it feels kind of fucking impotent sending back a sympathy card. But what else can I do? I suppose that I should take comfort that he isn't suffering anymore. But all in all, it's just emphasised to me that life isn't very fair. As if, you know, everybody needed another lesson in that fact. So I'm going to end this video with a photograph of my friend.